Good afternoon. I'm Andy Sullivan, and welcome to, well, I was going to say welcome to Blendertainment. That was my podcast. I don't know if I'm going to call my vlog Blendertainment. I guess I can still do that. The reason it has been a few weeks, well, sometimes I don't do a weekly, sometimes I do. But the past few weeks have been interesting. A couple weeks ago, I read on the internet that a friend of mine had passed away. And so I wasn't really in the mood to do a lot that time. Then late last week, I got this little beauty I have in my throat, a little cold. So I did not do one last week because, well, Thursday and Friday I was pretty miserable, which is ironic because Friday I went to see Brothers Osborne at Skypack. Great show. They put on a great show. They were, let's see, they were to go on at 8. Show started at 7. Of course, they have everybody has a opener. They had an opener, was damn it, I forgot her name now. Caitlin Butts from Tulsa, Oklahoma, opened for Brothers Osborne. She sang some real lighthearted songs about killing guys, so that was fun. Yeesh. She says, I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lot of anger inside me. No, we couldn't tell at all. We could not tell at all. Well, all right then. She has got one song called You Ain't Gotta Die to Be Dead to Me. That's a fun one. That's a damn toe tapper. Guys, that's why I'm single. Between her and, you remember the Dixie Chicks, the Chicks, can't say Dixie Chicks anymore because that's politically incorrect. They had that Goodbye Earl song about killing a dude and chopping him up and whatnot. And then, oh no, the chopping him up was Kelsey Ballerini had that song about killing the best friend's husband, which, yeah, kind of, yeah. I could elaborate, but I might get banned. Up next was headliner Brothers Osborne. Along with their own songs, they sprinkled in some covers such as Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. They covered Three Little Birds, which surprised me. Also surprising was when they went into Blackbird, the Beatles classic. Of course, it was, they did it instrumental. I thought they were going to sing it. Their last song that they did was another cover. They covered Tulsa Time by Don Williams. Thought that was pretty cool. It's also pretty cool that I was able to see the originator of that song play it at Skypack as well. It was, I believe it was a few months before he died. He was not in good shape. I think that was a few months before he died that Don Williams played at Skypack. But anyway, if you get a chance to see Brothers Osborne, go for it. And my next Skypack show will be in, I believe it's November. It's Clint Black is going to be in Skypack, and I believe that's in November. So Okay, let's get on to start with some. Since I'm a little behind, Friday, August 9th, Kevin Sullivan passed away. On to the Olympics. 24 points and 8 threes for Steph Curry in the gold medal game in the Olympics. In the first 4 games of the Olympics, he scored 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. And he was 5 of 12 at 3. The last 2 games, he scored 60 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and 17 of 26 from 3. This is the U.S.'s 5th straight gold medal. Now, every now and then, I told y'all about my cold, so every now and then, I'm going to take a drink of water out of my Stanley cup here. Yes, it is water. But then again, how would you know if it's not? It is. It is. I'm just playing. LeBron had 21, 7, and 9 versus Serbia. He had 12, 7, and 5 versus South Sudan. He had 10, 6, and 8 versus Puerto Rico. 12, 3, and 9 versus Brazil. 16, 12, and 7 versus Serbia. And 14, 6, and 10 in the gold medal game versus France. For the 17th time and 8th of the last 9 Olympics, the USA has won gold in men's basketball. Kevin Durant now has 4 medals, more than any other. That was surprising to me. That I would have figured that somebody like I would have figured Kobe or MJ or something like that. I mean, eventually, these guys were going to get past. But I don't know. That just kind of surprised me that Durant has more gold medals than anyone. Team USA overall won 40 gold medals and 126 medals overall in the Olympics. So that's a pretty cool stat. Now we get to the Cookout 400. That was last week's race. Christopher Bell won stage 1. Daniel Suarez won stage 2. That was Suarez's 4th career stage win and his first since 2022. Denny Hamlin was looking for his 6th Richmond win. That's where the race was. Alas, Austin Dillon picked up the win. This was career win number 5. His 4 previous came when he was below the cut line as well. So Austin Dillon is now in the playoffs. This one I read was a bit of a shocker. And I don't really know what's going to come of a lot of shows and movies. Paramount Television Studios is shutting down, as was announced Tuesday, August 13th. Thursday, August 15th, NASCAR announced that Austin Dillon's win at Richmond will not count towards NASCAR's playoff eligibility in both driver and owner championships. NASCAR states that Dillon violated its playoff eligibility rule and loses benefits for the win. Dillon and the 3 team have also been penalized 25 driver and owner points, but remains Sunday's official race winner. A lot of head scratchers going on in NASCAR these days, guys. Additionally, number 3 spotter Brandon Benesh has been suspended three races for his actions Sunday at Richmond. Joey Logano was fined $50,000 for smoking his tires as he drove by Dillon's crew and family on pit road following the race. Dillon won the race following a last lap incident where he turned Logano and hooked Hamlin to take the checker flag. The Firecracker Casinos 400 was Sunday, August 18th. Was scheduled to be Sunday, August 18th. Actually, it did start yesterday, Sunday, August 18th. After a 3-hour rain delay, defending champion Ryan Blaney got his third stage win of 2024. Rain postponed the second stage until Monday morning. Monday morning, the race resumed. Stage 2 was won after a big wreck on the final lap by Kyle Busch. Tyler Reddick won the final stage Monday in Michigan. Phil Donahue passed away Monday, August 19th. Donahue, back in the 80s and 90s, he big talk shows. Talk shows were a huge thing back then, and Phil Donahue was right up there. Says NBC News says Phil Donahue, an innovative TV host who rose to fame in the late 1960s after being the first person to interact with a studio audience and bring new ideas into American living rooms, died Sunday, his family said. He was 88. Cause of death was not immediately disclosed, although his family said he's been suffering from a long illness. He died surrounded by his wife of 44 years, Marlo Thomas, his sister, children, grandchildren, and beloved golden retriever Charlie, said a statement from his family. Donahue was 88 years old and passed away peacefully following a long illness. At his peak, his nationally syndicated The Phil Donahue Show, later renamed Donahue, was a ratings hit and precursor to similar shows hosted by Montel Williams and Jerry Springer. Oprah Winfrey described Donahue as a trailblazer who invented small talk in the afternoon and brought startling new ideas into the living room and laundry rooms of American women. His shows debuted nationally, and the whole country came to know his personal brand of issue-driven straight talk, Winfrey said in 2002. If there had been no Phil Donahue Show, there would be no Oprah Winfrey Show. He was the first to acknowledge that women are interested in more than mascara tips and cake recipes, that we're intelligent, we're concerned about the world around us, and we want the best possible lives for ourselves. But Donahue ushering in a new wave of television, happened by accident. He first tried the audience participation format while taping his show in Dayton, Ohio in 1967. The audience arrived for a variety show which, unbeknownst to them, had been canceled, according to the New York Times. Donahue suggested letting them watch his interview with Madeline Murray O'Hare, then a celebrity for being an atheist. Soon, he allowed members of the audience to ask questions. Decades later, his brand of television became an industry standard that continues today. Phil Donahue essentially started this company and began an entire industry in daytime syndication. Bob Turner, then president of Multimedia Entertainment, said in a statement to the Times in 1996 when Donahue announced his retirement. Donahue was a contributor to NBC's Today Show from 1979 until 1988. He returned to television in 2002 as a primetime host on MSNBC, but the show was canceled after less than a year. Away from interviewing entertainers and touching on polarizing topics such as war and abortion, Donahue was a self-described feminist. He became an advocate for women's rights after noticing how women decades ago were treated in the workplace. I was always proud of that, Donahue said during a taping of NBC's Megyn Kelly Today in 2017. In the 1960s, a boss could tell his secretary to walk across the room so he could look at her, poke her in the chest, and get away with it. There was nothing she could do about it, Donahue said during the episode. He also noted that women at the time didn't host daytime talk shows unlike now. It reminds me of how far we've come, how far women have come, he said. Donahue was inducted in the Television Academy Hall of Fame in 1993. During that ceremony, Thomas recalled how her husband put the toughest issues faced by Americans in stark and understandable language. He forced us to take a hard look at the real and imagined goals of the Persian Gulf War, the pros and cons of condom distribution in schools, and legalized drug abuse, she said. He laid out the savings and loan crisis in terms so plain that anybody who had ever taken freshman math could get a grip on the ripoff. He won 9 daytime Emmys, dominating the outstanding talk show host category from the mid-70s to mid-80s. Earlier this year, President Joe Biden honored him with a Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. The White House called him a television pioneer whose daytime chat show became one of the most influential programs of all time. In lieu of flowers, loved ones asked donations be made to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital at the Phil Donahue Notre Dame Scholarship Fund. Donahue's wife and father-in-law Danny Thomas have long been associated with the St. Jude's Research Hospital. Donahue married Thomas in 1980, making them one of the most enduring couples in show business. She's best known for her work in the groundbreaking sitcom That Girl, which ran for 5 seasons on NBC between 1966 and 71. Rest in peace, Phil Donahue. Next up, let's see, where are we? See, I talked about that. Okay, so I talked about all of that in a span of 18 minutes. Guess I've talked faster than I thought. Well, anyway, this morning it was announced that tonight's Monday Night Raw would be Pat McAfee's last for a while. So I just want to say, yeah, I know he's not going to listen to I know he's not going to watch some random vlog on YouTube. But I think Pat has done a great job. And, I mean, this is not the end of him in WWE. Joe Tessitore will take his spot. I do not know how Joe Tessitore will be. I guess we'll see. Of course, we didn't know how Pat McAfee would be, and now look at him. He's awesome. But we had a feeling that he would be awesome because he's pretty much awesome in everything he does. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like him, but it's fine. I think he's good. I like him, and I watch football anyway, college football, pro football. So I'm not gonna say that he's now gonna be the reason that I watch football, because to hear him, it's gonna be fun to listen to him. he's, let's see, um, I know he was on ESPN Countdown, but obviously he won't be doing that anymore because he'll be doing the college football. But yeah, I'll be checking all that out. And good on you, Pat McAfee. And that is going to be it for me for the week. Of course, now that the Olympics are over, all of the daytime talk shows and late night shows are new. I deleted my Tonight Show season pass on Dish that I'd had for as long as I've had Dish. Because I thought, well, I've got Peacock, the Peacock app, and you can watch the Tonight Show episodes the next day. And I watch them on DVR anyway. I stopped watching them live years ago because I like sleep. And so when that dawned on me last week that, hey, why do I keep this season pass and I'm watching the Tonight Show in standard definition when I can go on the Peacock app and watch the Tonight Show episodes in high definition for no extra cost because I'm already paying for the app. So I did that, and and soon the same is going to happen with Monday Night Raw, because Monday Night Raw is going to Netflix, which that'll be huge because January 2026 will be the first time ever that Monday Night Raw has not been on cable. Monday Night Raw premiered on USA Network in 1993. Moved to TNN, which transformed into Spike TV. It eventually moved back to USA Network, but yeah, it's been on cable since WWE wrestling. Well, WWF it started, because WWF/WWE wrestling has been on USA Network since actually before 1993. I think it was 1989, because they had primetime wrestling before they had Raw. And let's see, primetime wrestling, hang on, let me check this. Okay, it started in 1985. Okay, so they have been on cable TV. WWE has been on cable TV, and it'll still be on cable TV because SmackDown is moving to USA. But primetime wrestling, which basically turned into Raw. I mean, it's a whole different show, but so it started in 85, 95, 2005, 2015. So basically 39 to 40 years, Raw or its predecessor has been on USA. Now, it's not like there's going to be no wrestling on USA, because like I said, SmackDown will move to USA. Excuse me once again while I take You're supposed to do that off camera, aren't you? You're not supposed to like a drink on camera. Anyway, and you can watch. Oh wow, cool! I didn't know that. You can watch Primetime Wrestling on Peacock. You can watch Primetime Wrestling episodes on Peacock. That's awesome. That is awesome. Um, so yeah, that is the big news that I've got for Blendertainment, or as I said, I really haven't decided if I'm going to rename this. For the vlog, it was Blendertainment when I was doing podcast, and you know what, I think I'll just keep it Blendertainment. What I will do though is let's talk about, before I go, let's talk about All In. All In is AEW presents its biggest show of the year, All In, from Wembley Stadium Sunday, with a jam-packed card headlined by AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland defending against Bryan Danielson in a championship versus career match. Bryan says he loses, he's done, which he said he was gonna, this was his last year anyway. This bout's a marquee match of the card that features the blow-off to a months-long feud storyline between Toni Storm and Mariah May, as well as a hotly anticipated rematch between MJF and Will Ospreay for the former's AEW American Championship. All In 0 Hour, Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. That's right, we're going to see Stokely Hathaway in the ring. This, well, in a match. I highly doubt he gets in the ring very much. I really don't think that he will. I do think that Stat and Stokely somehow end up with the win. Casino Gauntlet match for a guaranteed world title shot. They didn't say when, but I've always thought that this guaranteed title shot should be at All Out. Because what All Out is like a week from All In, and maybe 2 weeks, but not long. But they gotta put a card together quick. And why not use that world title match, unless this world title match is gonna end up in a draw, and All Out will be that rematch. Why not use this Casino Gauntlet match winner in that title match? Ladder match for the AEW Trios title. Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and the Guns versus the House of Black versus a mystery team versus the Patriarchy. No idea who the mystery team's going to be. Is it... I think Christian and his boys, they should lose it, but they'll probably walk away with it, retain. AEW Tag Team Championship, FTR versus the Acclaim versus the Young Bucks. The Bucks will find a way to retain. They shouldn't. They should have... Honestly, I would like to see the Acclaimed get another run. I mean, I know that they're probably not gonna, because the shine's kind of off the Acclaimed. But that'd be pretty neat. Hook versus Chris Jericho for the FTW Championship. Jericho retains again. Coffin match for the TNT title. Darby Allin versus Jack Perry. Now listen, Jack Perry debuted a new black or TNT title. So why would he lose it just a week after debuting the belt? Jack Perry retains, even though it is Darby Allin's specialty coffin match. I think Darby is going to retain. I think he's going to get some help from the Elite. TBS Championship, or AEW All-American Championship. AEW American Championship, Will Ospreay versus MJF. It's in Wembley. Ospreay should win. Ospreay will win. If MJF wins, I'm gonna start maybe saying that they're pulling a little WWE stuff. You know, the hometown guys losing is something that Vince McMahon always loved to do. And whenever they were in Oklahoma with Jim Ross, Jim Ross got whipped. Literally on a few occasions. AEW Women's or TBS Championship, Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné. I would have said Britt Baker would win the title, but then Mercedes Moné brought out her female Diesel, and I do think that's what this is. I think this is the Shawn Michaels Diesel situation here, because this woman is huge. Camille. So I think that unless you bar her, I think Mercedes retains. AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm will lose the championship to Mariah May. Final countdown. Title versus career for the AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. Well, I've always thought the way that they're going to book this is Bryan Danielson wins the title at All In and loses the title at All Out. That way, Danielson won't have to retire, but Danielson will still be in AEW when all is said and done. Now, unless he truly wants to give up wrestling and stick with the company on a backstage agent basis, which, you know, he's been going at it for a long time, and I know, he wants that he's got to have neck surgery. He wants to have neck surgery to get all of that fixed. But I still think it would be a big blip on there, a big, not really a black eye, but a missed opportunity for them, for AEW. If Bryan retires without winning a single title, not just a singles title, a single title. Blackpool Combat Club never won the Trios title. He could have picked a Blackpool buddy to go after the tag team titles. They never did that. He had a TNT championship match. He never won that. They say this is his 4th AEW World Championship match. Let me look this up because I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Danielson, according to Fightful, is favored to win the title. Jon Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson at Grand Slam in 2022 to win the title. So that was one that he lost. Well, the bottom line is he's lost all those title matches, all of his world title matches. So that's why he's favored to win this one, you know. And they made such a big deal out of Swerve losing all of his opportunities before he beat Samoa Joe. Just like they're making a big deal out of Bryan having lost his opportunities just before his match with Swerve. Yeah, we're getting a new champion this weekend. Definitely getting a new champion. Bryan Danielson will be your new AEW World Champion, but he'll only keep it for a week because whoever wins that gauntlet match is probably beating Danielson for the title at All Out. That's my picks. Right, wrong, either way, that's my picks. I do not know my record. I don't keep stats of how well my predictions turn out, but definitely go on and order the pay-per-view. It should be a great show. I took advantage of a 2-pack on the Triller TV app, which used to be Fight TV. They have got All In and All Out for $84, I believe. Now that's one iTunes card of $100 for 2 pay-per-views. Now I usually get my AEW shows from Bleacher Report, but each AEW show, Bleacher Report charges $49.99, and after taxes is $53. $53 times 2. So would you rather pay $106 on Bleacher Report for those 2 shows, or $84 in a 2-pack bundle on Triller TV? So that's why I chose to order from Triller. And that's I guess there's a little financial tip of the day too, you know. Always go for if there's a cheaper option that you get the same thing, go for it. So there you go. All In predictions. Talked a little NASCAR. Talked a little USA basketball. Covered a lot in 40 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like, subscribe button. And I'll be back with you hopefully next week. Review all in and preview all out. You guys have a great week, and I'll catch you later.